Breaking news. During June's Emmy ceremony, David took home the trophy for World News. As well as David, Kelly Ripa. The legendary friendship between Muir and her coworker has grown stronger over the years they spent working together in television. Kelly even came clean about shooting racy pictures with David's portrait, which hangs in the Disney Nick studio where both of their shows are shot. The two are quite close. After winning his third Emmy for World News Tonight, David became a member of the TV couple in July, appearing on Live with Kelly and Mark alongside her husband Mark Cornualles. Kelly said, "We have unfettered access to David in this building," when asked about the relocation of their studio. "On occasion, we approach him and gaze at him without his awareness." Plus, David went on to say that this structure contains horrifyingly large representations of each and every one of us. While Mark made light of the fact that a photo of the news host on a helicopter is one of his favorites. "I must confess, I possess some really risque photographs of myself posing beside your likeness, which I am not permitted to exhibit," Kelly teased. "I was informed it was unfit for transmission." The 51-year-old has strong relationships with Kelly and Mark's relatives and frequently spends summers at their Hamptons house. Michael, aged 28, Lola, aged 24, and Dwayne, aged 22, are the couple's children. The blonde beauty confessed that she kind of misses spending weekends with us. "Grilling is an art form that you possess. You have the most mouth-watering cheeseburgers. There is no other restaurant on earth that Dwayne would choose over David's." Kelly first mentioned how impressed she was by David's presence on World News Tonight, which led to their friendship. "When I initially saw David Muir report for World News Tonight, I will never forget it. I had no acquaintance with him whatsoever," she stated in an earlier live broadcast. "I did the unthinkable and hacked into the ABC News system email an account that should only be used for news, without delay. I also jotted down, 'Man, you looked dapper that night. I had no idea what was happening. It appeared very perilous where you were, but I wanted to express my admiration for your stunning appearance. I had turned down the level.'" The co-host, meanwhile, complimented David on his team's outstanding live news program win at the June News and Documentary Emmys, a remarkable accomplishment. As the mother of three remarked, "I predict you're literally going to be the Oprah Winfrey of the evening news," meaning that she would remove herself from the competition so that the other news anchors might have a shot. After explaining to audiences the tremendous progress he had made since his early days in the newsroom, David worked tirelessly to become the most watched news anchor in America. "All these years later, I can still practically feel myself rushing into that little newsroom." He recalled being the happiest child in the world when he started his internship and had to leap into the back of the cruiser to manage the enormous and heavy equipment. "Even now, after all these years, I still consider that to have been a watershed moment in my life," he said. Both the studio audience and social media feeds were rocked by Kelly Ripa's recent statement regarding her longtime friend and fellow ABC star David Muir. On a lighthearted mid-morning episode of Live with Kelly and Mark, the co-host, who is 51 years old, shared an astounding secret and burst into laughter. David Muir has no clue that she has racy photos of herself with a giant portrait of him in the background. Kelly joyfully confesses that she and husband Mark Consuelos had unrestricted access to Muir's picture on the walls of Disney's New York studios, turning what started as a typical conversation about Muir's third Emmy win for World News Tonight into an all-out hilarious roast. In July, during a special live engagement, David Muir made his debut alongside Kelly and Mark on the iconic loft-style stage. Just got back from the Emmys, where he won big in the news and documentary categories. During their conversation on the upcoming shift to Disney's state-of-the-art studio, where World News Tonight, Good Morning America, and Live all share sound stages, Kelly couldn't help but admit that she had staged spontaneous photo shoots with her tall friend's image. She said, laughing spreading over her face, that "We have unrestricted access to David in this building. There are moments when we approach him and only gaze at him. He remains completely unaware of our presence." David, ever the gentleman, theatrically craned his neck to search for the spectral photographers. "Angry, colossal pictures of ourselves are plastered all over this building," he said, pointing to the wall of celebrity headshots that hangs above each corridor. In his own words, Mark reminisced about his favorite picture, a spectacular news helicopter view of Muir whizzing through the skies. That's stunning.